the same message does not come from the same people. We are taught so many things.
Can I ask you this then, as a follow up of what your answer just was?
Hmm.
Can we safely assume as men that our women are given a miseducation in how to function in a healthy, long lasting, sustainable relationship? Just with her answer. Just with your answer, Bo. I mean, I'm talking to the men. I'm just asking, can we
Oh, to the
safely
men. Okay.
assume that from the answer that this is a class A miseducation on how a woman is supposed to show up, bring to the table in a healthy, functioning, long lasting relationship that can potentially turn to a marriage till death do you part?
Yeah.
Yeah, from a young age. But like Sweeney said before, if the standards that you have aren't realistic anymore, and you get a different life and experience, our biggest greatest teachers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if everybody's telling us to chase after beautiful women, and we find out when we're dealing with abundance of beautiful women, if you have access to beautiful women or women who got beauty, that a lot of them have ugly characters, and they will call them mean girls, and a lot of them think they think they're the world and they don't have to bring nothing to your table. Then you naturally with life, your standards start adjusting. You start changing to a better quality of human being and hoping that maybe she got some good aesthetics. We'd have to ask the sisters that. They're not 20 anymore. They're
Yeah.
30, 40, 50 years old. Like, does
Yeah.
life teach you? Does experience teach you and go, hey, that's not what it's really about. I need to look for a righteous man, an orderly man, a good-hearted man, not just a man who has money, especially
Right.
if a lot of these men who have money are supposedly financially abusive, which that term I'm still trying to figure out. But even if you meet handsome men and you're saying they're assholes, they manipulative, they're controlling, don't you start having different experiences and your standards start adjusting as you get older, especially when women say they're very educated and they're very experienced and they say they're intelligent.
But I would say, okay, I would say just to that, like to follow up on the miseducation thing, would you also agree, just from asking and answered, that you were taught to also, I guess the questions for the women are, does this also mean that the average man is not only good enough, but not even worth your time and attention, no matter how good, loyal, respectful, and uh, all the other boxes, good for you, wouldn't leave you, compromises. I mean, a good man is average. He is the gas station worker. He got your burger. He whatever. But are you, with this education that Bo was talking about? Does that mean that you walk around with this lens excluding good men?
I, is this
For the
specifically?
women, specifically for the women. What Bo was saying, this is how we were brought up. We were brought up, not one for one. He better have a car. Does that exclude the dude from Burger King?
It
Right?
does when you're young, though, right? When you're young and you're listening and you're impressionable and you're listening to all of these different people trying to figure out life, right? But like Ali said, life is your greatest teacher. And so by the time I got to the end of my 20s, now I understand. Like now I have seen and experienced enough that I know that the average man is the best man. I know to not go after that man with that big expensive car because you know what I'm saying? Like financial abuse is definitely a thing. Like men always want to bring up these dumbass points about options being different women. No, men have the option of treating you right or not treating you right. And more often than not, men with money don't treat you right. Trust me, I know. So like you do learn. Hopefully you learn sooner rather than later. But yeah, like luckily I learned before I got out of my 20s, so I was a lot less traumatized outside
Mm-hmm.
of my 20s.
Can you, before we hold on, y'all? Bo, how does a man with money typically mistreat a woman? I would think a man that has less money probably would use more. We'd say he have to use more of what he is to give a woman, right? He probably use more
Mhm.
of his heart. He have to do certain things for women, right? Because for the lack of not having money. How does a man who has money? Because typically, the more money a man has, it seems like the more he does for you, the more he buys for you, the more he caters to you, the more he dates you, the more he takes you on
Well,
trips. How do most men that you believe. I think a minority of men would do that, but how does the majority of men with money mistreat women with money?
So, um, material items are great, but that's not how you treat a woman right. Like that's cool. Like I had all of the things. I got all of the nice dinners and I had clothes and all of that stuff, right? It was cute, it was nice. But he talked crazy and ignored the mess out of me. You're disposable. He'll call you when he's ready for you. Basically, he doesn't treat you right. He might buy you things and take you places, but he doesn't treat you right. You know how many bitches I got called by dudes? Like, let me tell you something. No, they're terrible people. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them.
That's what I was actually gonna say. I think that we, as men, at least in this space, romanticize this idea that money is the root of solving the issue, and that's far from the truth. I don't know a woman who's not dealt with a man with money. I've never met them, and I also don't know the fact that, again, this kind of speaks to some of the way we grew up. Maybe in your high school, people didn't have cars, but some people, that's not their like reality. Like there's a lot of people who having a car was normal, but maybe depending on where you came from, then yeah, that makes sense. Oh, she's going after men with resources, so therefore I have to compete. Most of the women, I believe, from what Bull is saying, is actually very true. If they're able to get around those privileges of sorts, the exterior, they still want the character.
But hold on, that's your experience. There's men on the panel that got money. I got money.
Yeah.
Your experience with men with money is that they're deceptive or they're manipulative or they're controlling or they're bad people. Most men with money are extremely generous. They'll pay for everything. They'll take care of people. And the bad part, and I'm gonna tell you this, the bad part about it is this: if
Ali,
he
you
doesn't
keep
have
talking
money,
about money though. We're
no,
not
no,
talking about money.
no, I'm not just talking about no, but I'm talking about money because we're talking about men with money. But the man with money, a lot of men who built himself, who got money, that guy has charisma, he has personality. That most people with money built themselves up. They know how to
Yeah.
communicate with people. They know how to treat people. I don't see men with money who most of the time are mistreating people. They're very generous and respectful people. From my experience as well, I don't know. There's people on the panel that I know got money as well too. What is
But
your experience
Ali,
with men with money?
We're talking
respectfully,
about two different
Ali,
people. We're talking about two different people, not the same guy. The CEO who communicates by everyone perceiving everyone as their employee may also transfer that
Hold on,
into his
and a
personal
dragon. Hold
life.
on. Let's not
You know
go
what
to
I'm
the
saying?
seat. Let's not go to the minority.
No,
of
no,
like
no, no. We're
wealthy.
talking about men with money.
Yeah.
That's the subject. That's
Are
the
we
subject.
talking about billionaires?
But we're talking
and
no. We're talking about two different men. The man who loves Bo and who may have always been in love with Bo since middle school or Rugrats or whatever, he's going to most likely share his wealth with her and cater to her because of how that candle has been burning forever, versus someone he just met on some Tinder profile or someone
that's
he
not
just met
in a
at a
dragon.
convention.
That's
You know what
not
I
the
mean? Someone
question.
he can buy.
Do you think most men with money are
Right.
generous and treat their women good, or do you think most men
Right.
with money are financially abusive towards their women? That's the question I'm asking you.
Most men with money can treat their women good, even their
I didn't
side pieces. Right. Their main
do
women
they?
and their side women.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So I believe there's a minority of men who are financially abusive and controlling it. And again, I'm still trying to figure out what that financially abusive is. Typically, it's like a man asking his woman to budget because she likes to spend. Women love spending money.
no.
There's that, but there's a
So
business aspect too.
so can you give me an example of how a man could be financially abusive?
Withholding money. Like he gets
For what?
mad at you and now I'm not giving you nothing. Or he'll buy you things, but he'll take those things right back from you. Like they do a lot of different things, like just because they feel a way. Men will do that. Like, especially like men who are married with wives that don't work, like they'll withhold money. I need gas money. What you need gas money for? You're not going nowhere, so you don't need it. Like that's abusive.
Okay,
I'm just saying it does happen.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I guess if people are withholding money, that is extremely abusive. But
Yeah.
we don't think most men are doing that, do we?
I still think you guys are speaking to the
Let me interrupt because I was trying to get in there and say something.
I was trying to go ahead, Darwin.
No, go ahead. Go. I mean, I don't know if you caught it, but if you didn't, just go ahead and go. I'll just wait again.
Well, I think when we're speaking again, I think men do this. We romanticize this idea that you have the money and then women are just flocking to these men with money. I firmly believe, just in reality, to go outside, women are still they want the best of both. They're not going to compromise treatment for money most cases. We see very, very few women who will do that. That is not the common woman. Like in abundance, I'm sorry, it's just not.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. If we walked into a building, there were 20 men to the right with abundance of money, and there was 20 men to the right that would love women for life. They don't have no money. Who would women pick?
If she could visibly see who has more, just visibly, you're talking money.
These guys over here don't have wealth, but they'll love you for life. These guys right here, they might not be the most loving, but they can take care of you financially for life. They have wealthy. Who would women pick? Most women in modern today, would they pick the men who are wealthy? They might not be loving you as much. They're not going to be detrimental to you, but they might not be able to love you as much, the best, and the way you would want to be loved. But these men here, they don't have money. They don't have money to their name or a dollar to their name, but they'll love the women for life. Who do you think most women would pick? The man who loves the best or the men who have the most money?
Women are going to flock to what is most flashy, what stands out the most as far as.
True. Can you answer my question that I asked you, brother? I just asked you, are they going to pick that? There's 20 men who have money. There's 20 men they'll take care of you for life. And there's 20 men that'll love you for life. In today's time, what man would those women pick today? Please.
They're going to pick the man with more resources, but that wasn't
okay. But that goes against that does, because you said that the woman would still want the man who treats her good. But the reason why a man get money is because treating her good isn't good enough.
Hold on, Ali.
It is good enough, but you need money to survive. Like they used to say, no romance without finance. And it's like, what are we talking about?
Pearl, y'all are working now.
I'm sorry.
So Pearl, y'all are working. Go ahead, Sweetie. Y'all are working now.
I was gonna say this. So this goes back to kind of answer Ali's question. It goes back to what Bo was saying when she said